Hey, we're back, guys. So, hang on, where's my speakerphone? Sorry to cut you off, man. I was just running dead air for a second.
Oh, no, that's fine. Very great. Honoring to be on your show.
Thank you, man. I'm actually very nervous.
You don't have to be nervous, man. Just know the name, y'all. That's how we do out here on the West Coast. Throw your dubs up.
So you're known as the Van City Archivest.
Yes, that's what I'm known as. The Van City Archivest, but then I've changed the name to the Archivest because of not just running the word in Van City, but expanding across Canada from Alberta to Saskatchewan to Manitoba and all the way out east. And actually down through Seattle, Portland, and Northern California and like San Diego area as well. That's how much leeway I have with people that know my name.
Wow. I don't even know where to start with my questions. You're pretty much the jack of all trades of the hip-hop industry, aren't you?
Yeah, I film shows. I just did an interview with a fellow, Ben Martin, through Punk TV, and he's submitting my great interview to the Georgia Straight to see what's going on with that. That's one of the top entertainment newspapers in Vancouver. It's a free paper. You can just check out all the local shows or all the big people that are doing things or artists that are making new music or getting reviews and whatnot. So I've waited a long time, many years for that to go my way. So I visualized it, and I was like, I seen DJ Neoteric, who ran a forum called Futility Records, which is rest in peace now, and, I was the next big thing to come out, and I followed all his hard workmanship and got in with people and did what I needed to do and expanded through my own ventures and movements.
Nice. Just to get off topic for a minute, I have a friend that's from Burnaby, I believe it's Burnaby, just outside of Vancouver. She's tuned in. Her name is Michelle. She's the biggest fan of Swollen members since you said you work with them, you're good friends with them.
Word up, Battle Axe Warriors in the place to be, y'all.
So she doesn't believe me that I'm talking to somebody that's really huge out there. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. So she doesn't believe me, but I would like for you to give her a big shout out if you don't mind.
Alright, big ups to Michelle, all the way from Burnaby town. That's how we doing it. East Burnaby, South Burnaby, all the way to Van City, to show the proof. If she came to the Red Room show on November 12th, I was rolling with the entourage. We went right up in the club. I was with all the Warriors, and when they got on stage, I was the guy who filmed everyone on stage, and Prevail actually gave me a great shout out to all the fans for me filming their entire set. So that's my proof of, being down with Swollen. And big ups to Prevail, Mad Child, Rob the Viking, and Trey Nice, who's been holding it down out here for the last few years, of getting me in the Warrior video. It was honoring to, do the coordinating and get things all hooked up. Big ups to Sean on hooking that up and having me do that, because I know he was all up on the Cavassier, and he's just like, oh man, I can't do this. And I'm just like, I got you, man, no worries. So I played all the music while, all the stunt bikes were doing wheelies and stuff around Prev and Trey and Mad Child. And also big shout outs to Prev for putting out the shout out for the video call for Porn Star and putting me up in the front lines as they get out their Lamborghini and Viper. And I'm the guy that you see right when they walk into this big fancy restaurant with over 100 seats. Big ups to my Stress Street boys, Joey Styles, Manic, T-Mac doing it up, Sky Stoney, because they're doing it big out here too, and Joey Styles is on tour right now. across Canada. He just dropped his album. You should cop it on iTunes. It's called The Black Star.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's go. I mean, you've been doing this for how many years now? You know, the whole thing of the hip hop scene.
7.5 years.
So,
and,
so let's go back to where you.
I don't have a day job, you know. This is what I do. Get your hustle on, make that money.
So let's go from when you first started. Like, tell us how it was like.
Okay, well, as I was talking in my other interview, I was just a fan, you know. One of my first shows was back in the day in 03, maybe 02, when Emotions had his underground label, Fresh Coast Collective, and he did a show at a place called the Alexander 7. And it was really interesting. I wish I could have filmed that. My buddy filmed it. He lost the footage. I'll never see it. But I think I have like a few pictures. I couldn't even afford a digital camera back in the day because they were like $500, right?
Yeah.
So it was definitely good times, and you know, that's when I first seen Emotions ever perform. He just dropped a new album called Kush. So you can check that out on iTunes. Make sure you cop that. All production by the Stylist, who's been holding it down out here. One of the best producers. He actually mixed and mastered Prevail's new record, and he's done all the Sweatshop Union albums, etc.
Wow. So,
yeah.
and where are you now?
Back to what I was saying, sorry. I'll just hold your question for a sec. So yeah, I was out there, and that's when I got to see, you know, Zest Nomis, JC Subliminal, Motions, Oz 12, Manic. Like, these guys were in their prime in the underground and really getting noticed. And I knew that, you know, people needed support out here and really holding it down. So I ended up buying a lot of CDs and helping people get noticed, right? And I was in the internet, you know, game. I let people know that, you know, this was my promotion, and I love to, you know, let people know what's going on and get CDs released, right?
Yeah.
Worldwide. So I ended up building a reputation and recognition for what I do. You know, now when I go to shows, I get at least 5 albums from new upcoming artists and fans that are just like, you need to put this out, or you need to get this heard. So back to the whole shebang of getting into the whole scene, I just checked out shows and seeing people, like, you know, filming and taking pictures and being like, that's what they're doing, right? This is their industry business. This is how they're holding it down. And I always visualized to capture everything I could and definitely work all my angles, whether it was putting out CDs or taking pictures or, you know, filming. And it was really interesting to, you know, be involved with that. As the years would progress, you know, the more noticed I was getting and recognized for all my work and hard ethic. And I basically started the Wall of Fame, where I visualized I was a fan and I would meet these celebrities who are famous in hip-hop, you know, like Africa Bambaataa and Kool Herc and Guru, Mr. Russell Simmons, you know, Chuck D, to name a few pioneers. It was really amazing. And so I just ended up doing that, and then I said, you know, I need to give everybody recognition who comes out here. Like, you know, imagine taking a plane or a bus, or, you know, not having much money, and someone like me being here to capture your show, you know, take a picture with you and get you noticed out here on the West Coast. And I've been doing that ever since the last 3 years. This is my bread and butter of what I do, and I get people noticed. And I just started doing celebrity interviews. I just interviewed R.A. the Rugged Man and DJ Dopey, 2003 Canadian champion. And who else did I interview? And I got a shout out from Abstract Rude. Big ups to the Kilowatt crew. Red One's holding it down. Mad Child, give me a shout out as well. We got a shout out from Bliss and Esso. Memphis Bleak from Jay-Z's Rock Nation crew. And yeah, so by doing all that, it's just, you know, been really working its angles. Also, I just interviewed Camp Low as well.